What's up, House of Payne fans? It's Joshua coming back after you with another video concerning the Miranda, Laura, and Calvin dilemma. If you remember my first video, I gave y'all a detailed analysis of my theory regarding whether Miranda and Calvin will ever get back together. And the way that this storyline is going, I just might be right on some things I said. That video made over 1K viewers, which is pretty cool. So big thanks to those who watched and those who are still subscribing to this channel. Y'all are dope. And if you like HOP and like to vibe on the nostalgia train, go to IG at HOP and ASL Fan Club. That's HOP and ASL Fan Club. It's a growing community that's all about laughter, nostalgia, and vibes. Check it out. So the main idea is that I believe that Calvin's engagement will definitely not last for long, because apparently there's still some mixed feelings between Miranda and Calvin since their divorce has been finalized, and Calvin's engagement to Laura since season 9 episode 25, Woman of the Night. And the promo we received last week was the preview of the next episode that is set to air on January 4th on BET, titled Fine Wine, which is written by Lance Gross himself, who plays Calvin. The synopsis reads, as Ella is spun into Laura's web of wedding plans, Calvin realizes that he may not be as ready to get married as he thought. Curtis and CJ go to Calvin out of concern that he may be moving too fast. And I think we may have a black Mercedes coming up, because in the promo, we see Calvin flirting with this mystery lady, and then eventually they're kissing like back in season 5 when he kissed Mercedes, which led to Calvin and Miranda's drama that almost ended their marriage the first time around, which lasted all the way up to season 6. And prior to this, Miranda uses a dating app in an attempt to move on and see other people, right? In her idea description of her type of men, she was like, tall, dark, muscular, family-oriented, basically, all that other stuff, which are the same descriptions as Calvin, right? And later, what a small world it is, because it later revealed that Calvin is active on the same dating app as Miranda while he's engaged to Laura. So, and that clearly states he's been having second thoughts before this mystery broad came up. And to tell you the truth, I'm not surprised by this at all, because I felt from the jump that Laura would like be this temporary character. Because you know how you just feel when a character isn't meant to stay? Like, it's an instinct thing. You can't describe precisely how you know, but you just know. If that makes sense. And Calvin and Laura's future already looks doomed just with all the Miranda and Calvin drama she's already caught in the middle of. And it's kind of, and if you think about it, it's kind of a table turned event, because when you think about it, Laura was in the same shoes as Miranda when she was married to Calvin and was dealing with, his drama with his first baby mama, Tracy, who was the mother of his child, Calvin Jr. And y'all saw that scene in season 10, episode 18, right? And if you haven't, go to my fan page. It's right there. Just keep on looking, keep scrolling. You'll find it. It's season 10, episode 18, A Little Discipline, when Miranda angrily confronted Laura for using hands-on discipline on Christian for being disobedient. And what Miranda was feeling was exactly what Tracy was feeling when Miranda couldn't save Calvin Jr. from that condo fire in season 7. And Calvin Jr. was hospitalized for smoke inhalation. And mind you, he was 2 years old at the time. So it was like a near-death experience. He could have died from that. And fortunately, he didn't. And before you think about it, I'm not taking sides at all. I'm just keeping an open mind here. Before, I ain't gonna lie to you, like in the beginning, when they first came back in season 9, I was mad at Miranda too, just for how she left Calvin like that on that anniversary night, right? With that damn weave and leather jacket and them damn boots, some black boots or whatever she had on, in that damn suitcase. And you just gonna walk out like that while he got roses in his hand? He went and picked up your damn dry cleaners. He came in, he got the outfits, he looking all sharp, he got his hair cut, he got the suit on and everything, he's ready to, celebrate, his, marriage to Miranda and all that. And then, you just find, and then he just gonna walk out like that. Like, really? But yeah, anyway, that's the similarity that I see in all of this, because this, I believe, will just draw Miranda and Calvin even closer because they're learning to co-parent more effectively. You know, they're communicating more than before. Calvin was somewhat candid that he has love for Miranda, but he's not in love, I quote, as he said in the latest episode, and I know that's a lie, because he said it's hard to be around her as he's trying to get over her, basically, and he's saying a lot without saying anything at all, if you ask me, because he's just being stubborn, just like his father. Anyone who isn't completely over someone they love still loves that person enough to rekindle what they had before. That I believe. Their love for each other is still present in their body language, in the way they've been interacting with each other lately, which has been sweeter and more mature compared to season 9. And that says 1,000 words to me. I don't know about y'all. It's just like when CJ was bitter towards Janine since her release from rehab, and then became nicer after they had that night together when the twins were conceived. I mentioned that in my last video. Even when they were caring for Jazzy as she was recovering from her surgery in season 2. CJ told Janine that they make a great team together and almost kissed before Malik walked in time to stop him. Y'all remember that? They still loved each other despite their efforts to see other people, which never worked out. You know, you remember when Janine was seeing the football player Brian, who was the rich guy, and CJ was seeing, Malik and Jazzy's principal, Miss Jameson, in season 1 all the way up to season 2. And then he went out with Tanya, who appeared in like season 3, I believe, all the way up until Janine moved back in when she broke up with Ryan, when she found out that the baby belonged to CJ. And the events that led up to that, right, that I just described to you, like that, it led up to their rekindlement, which was slowly putting them back together. Before you knew it, their marriage was rekindled on the same day the twins were born. You know, the only reason Miranda and Calvin ended was because Miranda stopped trying in the marriage. They had many ups and downs, but hey, that's why the vows say for better or worse, and sometimes worse is bad as hell. And Ella even said that marriage is good and is bad. You know, you become one, and so if he's a nut, then you a nut, and neither of them were innocent in that marriage. I admit that. I believe that both of them had their faults in the marriage. Like, I don't think it's a one-sided thing. Like, I don't think Miranda's the only villain in the marriage. Calvin had his immaturities and insecurities as well. So if you think about it, they're even in it. So it's still a 50-50 thing. Miranda had her problems, Calvin had his, and who doesn't? That's marriage. In marriage, there's never, it's not always peaches and cream. There's always going to be a lot of setbacks and a lot of curveballs that they experienced in their marriage. And Miranda and of course there were a lot of setbacks and a lot of curveballs, like a lot of rough patches. So I believe that, Miranda just got tired from all of that. She didn't think too much of the good things that they had together. I feel like her mindset at the time was so focused on the bad things. And that's what led her to leave Calvin. Because, sometimes when you go through so many rough patches and things, it can be a little hard to remember the good things, the good memories and things, the things you guys had together, the intimate stuff. Calvin was a nut. Miranda was a nut. They were a couple of chocolate bars with nuts. It takes two people to keep a marriage alive. And when one out of the two stop trying is when the marriage fails. Ella said that in one of the season 10 episodes. Calvin was willing to fix it. Miranda was not. And I believe they would still be married if Miranda didn't leave. And I believe that they would still have a chance now. It's due to the fact that he's engaged to Laura that's making all of this so awkward for the two of them. You take Miranda out of the picture and boom, their chances of getting back together rises again. I believe that it's hard for Calvin to be around her because he doesn't trust himself enough to be around her because he knows his love for her is still hard to resist, if that makes sense. So it's just a matter of time before they become a couple again. It's happening slowly but surely. The question is when and how it would happen. And you know what? I read a synopsis from an upcoming episode that Miranda has plans for something as the family prepares for the wedding. And in which case, I believe if Miranda and Calvin ever do reconcile their marriage, Miranda will most likely have to crash the wedding like what we saw Bill do on Bruh to win back Regina. And in case y'all haven't heard of this show, it's another one of Tyler Perry TV shows that's basically another Sisters in a male perspective. And you can find that on BT+. But anyway, yeah. The way tonight episode is looking though, Calvin obviously still doesn't know where he wants to be. And if he decides to choose Miranda, I really hope he's sure about it. Cause child. Oh Lord. Calvin. Lord Jesus. It's really hard to defend him now based on that last promo we seen. It's really getting crazy, y'all. Like I can tell like things are gonna get really, really crazy. I believe that. Like, mark my words, by I don't know, maybe by the next 2 or 3 more episodes, like things might really start shaking up. And we're going to really see how this plays out. And I can't wait to see how this goes. And if my video aged well, you can believe I'm going to come back and be like, I told y'all so. I knew they was going to get back together. Cause like I can only see them getting back together eventually. Like we may not see it happen so quickly right now because, I don't know, because I think we still have to close out season 10. And, we're about to go into season 11 pretty soon. So, it's just a matter of time to see how this goes. But I can't see it played out no either way. Like, I definitely don't see Calvin and Laura getting back together. I don't see them getting married. They may make it to a wedding day. They may get a wedding day. But the thing is, will that wedding go through? Because I feel like either Calvin is going to stop in the middle before he say I do. And he's going to really think on that. And then I feel like somehow he's going to have a change of heart. And then that's how eventually he's going to run back to Miranda. Because, I don't know. It's just too many, hurdles. Too many curveballs in this storyline that I feel like that it's really drawing them back together. So, I'm pretty sure Laura won't be around too much longer. But yeah, my video explains one possible way. Your theories explain another possible way. How do you think this might play out? Hit the comment section below. I love you for listening today, and I will see you next time on Joshua.